Perhaps the real puzzle to solve here is why they keep making these movies.
Long road, but here we are. Better me than the Americans. You're going to want to tell me where it is.
Yes, Mr. Bouchard. I know, I will. Tell them, humanity is the disease. Inferno is the cure.
Inferno is the third movie based on the Dan Brown book series about famed symbolist Robert Langdon. Try saying that 3 times fast. Stars Tom Hanks again, directed by Ron Howard again. It's their third foray into this world, this time dealing with Dante's Inferno and, of course, another world-ending situation that can only be saved by someone who can solve puzzles. Is it a puzzle worth solving? Here's 5 things you might want to know about Inferno. Let's start with the good, because honestly, there's not a lot of it here. I like solving puzzles. I like the idea that people have hidden clues in historical artifacts to, be figured out. I like the idea of going on a hunt for those clues and figuring out the puzzles. That stuff appeals to my brain. So if there's anything about this movie that I come away enjoying, it's those moments of puzzle solving and how it's interconnected and kind of taking that journey with these people. But here's the problem. I can get good puzzle solving from a Will Shortz activity book. I don't need to go to the theater to do that. And as a plot and as a movie, man, this is paper thin. Let's start with the plot. There's just no real story here. Beyond the surface level of trying to get to the end goal and save the world, what are we trying to do? What are we learning about these characters? Who are they? What does that mean? How does it influence the story? How does it influence our motivation to pay attention and to care? And the hard reality of it is, it just doesn't. Not only that, but this kind of action movie is actually my least favorite kind of action movie. It's like it's frantic just to be frantic. There's no purpose in the craziness to it. The camera's all over the place, trying to move you along. It reminds me of when you're on a tour or something, and you'd like to kind of sit and enjoy whatever museum or scenery, but the tour guide is just like rushing you along to the next thing. You want to feel like you're in step with the movie. And this movie always feels like it's trying to rush you along, and it gets a little distracting for me. Plus, I think it takes itself too seriously. Now, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I prefer Nick Cage in the National Treasure movies to Tom Hanks in these movies. There's something about a sense of humor that adds to something that's magnificent in puzzle solving like this. This movie wants you to take a look at the conspiracies and the puzzles and take them as if they are biblical, as if they are something that you can really put a foundation to. And I think it just doesn't work for me. I want something a little lighter, a little more fun. So I guess I'll stick with National Treasure. I guess I should say I don't feel like all these things add up to an awful movie. It's more of just a bad movie. If you like the first two, you'll probably find a lot to like here. If you like the books, you'll probably find some stuff to invest in here. It's just, for me, I notice the pattern of these movies, and they all do the same thing. It's chase, solve, twist, chase, solve, boom. That's the basic plot summary of all 3 of these films, and it just gets a little, repetitive would be the word. Overall, I feel like Inferno, pretty much like the first 2, is a swing and a miss from Hanks and Howard. Unfortunately, even though the puzzle solving's a little fun for me, there's just not enough there for me to sink my teeth into. I give it a C-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the best ever challenge here in a little bit. Before we do, though, if you want to connect further, I would love to. If you want to see other reviews, maybe support the channel, you can do that by clicking the YouTube info link right up here. If you want to connect on Twitter, that's a great place to kind of chat movies with me. My name is Aaron Dicer, so it's just at Aaron Dicer, AARONDICER. That's where I do a lot of my pop culture stuff on Twitter, although you can find me other places as well as if you search for my name. We also do a podcast every week called SiftPop, SiftPop. You can search for it in your favorite podcast player. Should find it pretty quickly. Subscribe and have a lot of fun with us. All right, on to the best ever challenge, where you name the best movie ever in a particular category. Also try to identify my choice. Let's do the best Ron Howard directed movie ever. Not acted, directed. What's the best movie ever that Ron Howard directed? There are some good ones, some really good ones, but for me, you just can't get any better than the one that is the sole reason that a city in Texas is mentioned every time someone decides that something's gone wrong. Take a guess at mine in the comments. Leave your choice there as well. First person to get mine right, by the way, does get a point. As always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit subscribe. Just click the logo right down in this corner.